Have you ever woken up one morning and felt like you're living in someone else's life? You look around your room, your job, your relationships, and wonder, how did I get here? Is this really what I want?
You go through your daily routines like a programmed robot, drinking coffee the same way, taking the same route to work, having the same small talk conversations. And through all of this, there's a small voice whispering, "This isn't me." This feeling isn't a midlife crisis. It's not ingratitude or lack of appreciation. This is the voice of your true soul, trying to be heard through layers of expectations, pressure, and shoulds that you've accumulated over the years. We live in a world where success is defined by others. From childhood, we learn to become the good version of ourselves, the version that makes parents proud, teachers praise, friends admire. And gradually, we forget what our authentic version looks like. Think about when you were little. Do you remember those wild dreams you used to have? Those times when you wanted to become an explorer, an artist, or an inventor? What happened to those dreams? They didn't disappear. They just got buried under layers of reality and responsibility. Psychology calls this the false self. When we live according to society's script instead of listening to our inner voice. We choose careers because they're stable. We stay in relationships because they're logical. We pursue goals because they're respectable. But something strange happens when we live too long in this false self. Our bodies start to rebel. We feel chronic fatigue, unexplained anxiety, or emptiness, even when everything looks good on paper. There's a fascinating study showing that people living misaligned with their true selves often have higher cortisol levels, stress hormones, even when their lives appear successful from the outside. Our bodies know the truth even when our minds try to convince us otherwise. This isn't a sign of failure. This is a sign of awakening. The first shift is learning to distinguish between what you think you should do and what you actually want to do. Every time you make a decision, pause and ask, is this coming from fear or love? From pressure or passion? Start with small decisions. Instead of automatically saying yes to every invitation, give yourself a moment to feel. Does your body contract or expand when you think about it? Does your energy increase or decrease? I have a simple exercise for you. For 1 week, before making any decision, from choosing what to eat to accepting an invitation, place your hand on your chest and breathe deeply. Ask yourself, does this make me feel expansive or contracted? Trust the first answer. This isn't selfish. This is honest. And when you start living honestly with yourself, you'll have more energy to give to the people and things that truly matter. Many people think that finding your true self is a linear process, as if one day you'll wake up and suddenly know exactly who you are and what you want. But that's not how it works. Finding yourself is like learning a new language, the language of your own soul. There will be days when you feel clear and days when you're completely confused. Both are normal. Let me share a story with you. There was a 35-year-old woman who, after 10 years of accounting, suddenly felt drawn to photography. She enrolled in a weekend course. First week, she felt excited. Second week, she thought she had no talent. Third week, she wanted to quit. But she continued, not because she was certain photography was her passion, but because she understood that the process of exploration was more important than the outcome. 2 years later, she didn't become a professional photographer, but she discovered her love for storytelling, and now she writes a creative personal finance blog. Instead of seeking absolute certainty, learn to be comfortable with experimentation. Allow yourself to explore, fail, and explore again. Every mistake is valuable data about who you really are.
One of the biggest challenges in living authentically is the noise from outside. Family opinions, societal expectations, social media pressure. All this noise can make your inner voice difficult to hear. In the age of social media, we're constantly bombarded with images of others' perfect lives. We see friends getting promoted, traveling, buying houses, getting married, and unconsciously compare our lives to their highlight reels. But here's the truth. Everyone has their own journey with their own timing. Comparison is not just the thief of joy, it's the enemy of authenticity. Create sacred spaces in your life, times when it's just you and your own thoughts. Maybe it's 10 minutes of walking without your phone, or journaling every morning, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of coffee. I recommend trying a digital sunset, turning off all electronic devices after 8 p.m. Use that time to read, draw, or simply sit with yourself. You'll be amazed at what your soul wants to say when it's not distracted. In these moments, don't try to solve anything. Just listen. Your soul is always talking. The problem is we're usually too busy to hear. Finally, you need the courage to redefine success in your own way. Success isn't a fixed formula that everyone must follow. It's the alignment between what you do and who you truly are. Society teaches us that success means earning lots of money, having high status, owning expensive things. But I've met millionaire CEOs who feel empty, and kindergarten teachers with modest salaries who are overflowing with meaning. True success is when you can look in the mirror and say, I'm living the way my soul wants to live. It's when your work feels like expression, not sacrifice. It's when your relationships nourish your true self, not require you to pretend. For some people, success might be building $1 million business. For others, it might be raising children with love, creating meaningful art, or simply living a peaceful and authentic life. Write down your own definition of success, not for anyone else to read, but to remind yourself that this life is yours to live. Living your own life doesn't mean you have to change everything overnight. It means you start making small, daily choices from a place of love and honesty, rather than fear and pressure. Maybe today you just need to listen to the voice within your soul for 5 minutes, so that tomorrow you'll boldly say no to something that doesn't align with you. And next week, you'll try something that you've always been curious about, but never dared to attempt. Remember, every time you choose honesty over convenience, you're sending a powerful message to life. I'm ready to live authentically. And life will respond by opening opportunities you never imagined possible. Every small step matters. Every moment of honesty is a victory. And most importantly, remember that you're not alone in this journey. There are millions of people around the world also seeking their way back to themselves. If this resonates with you, start today. Your true soul has been waiting too long, and it deserves to live a meaningful life. Share your story in the comments below so everyone can listen and empathize together. And if you want to continue this journey with us, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Wishing you a truly peaceful day.